Awarded Best Play-by-Play in South Carolina by the Associated Press. This is WAGI 105.3 FM. Gaffney, Spartanburg, Greenville.
Well, as fireworks light up the night sky here at Gaffney High School, this is one of the bigger games. The Somerville Green Wave comes into the reservation tonight to take on the Gaffney Indians. It's the second round of the Big 16 high school football playoffs. The winner of tonight's game, as Fabian told you earlier, moves on to the third round to take on either Stratford or Lexington, the winner of that game. I want you to stay tuned in now for tonight's playoff action. More play-by-play descriptions, and of course, all the details of tonight's game with the voice of the Indians, Fabian Fuentes. Opening kickoff brought to you by Ronnie Burns Ford, Western Star Trucks, Highway 221 in Chesney. That's where you'll find the brand new 2000 Expeditions in stock now.
Well, thanks so much, Dennis. And once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into another Friday night of Gaffney High School football action over the airwaves of the Upstate Power Station. The houses are rocking. And for the senior football players in this game, the finality that if they lose this one, it'll be their final game of their prep football career. Somerville's Joey Bowers teeing the ball up at the 40-yard line. This kick will travel right to left. Across your radio dial, Brandon Peeler and Brian Martin, a deep return man. High end over end kick taken by Brian inside the 10-yard line, left hash mark. Out across the 15, stutter step move into traffic and hammered up near the 19-yard line. So Brian Martin returns the opening kickoff about 14 yards out to the Gaffney 19-yard line. Gaffney offense taken to the field, averaging over 322 yards per game. The Somerville defense giving up just over 201 yards on average. The Green Wave yielding only one touchdown last week in a 21-7 victory over Orangeburg Wilkinson. The Gaffney offense a week ago totaling 333 yards of offense, 230 of that coming on the ground, minus our top two rushers. First and 10 Gaffney from its 19-yard line. I set. Bradshaw gets the snap, turns, hands it to deep back Brian Martin, trying to take it right up the gut and tackled at the 20-yard line. So Martin picks up a gain of 1. Brian now 129 yards shy of 1,000 for the season. Did not play last week after suffering that high ankle sprain in a regular season finale against Spartanburg High School. Billy Smith started out as a tight end for Gaffney on that opening play, and now 9 makes his way over to the near sideline as Gaffney goes with a spread package. 2 wide receivers to each side. Bradshaw Littlejohn from the gun with Martin back to his right. Bradshaw gets the snap as Somerville rushes the down 4. Bradshaw's going to run the football up to the 25-yard line before he's hit. Ball popped loose, but the umpire, Bubba Hope, saying that Bradshaw was down when the ball squirmed free. So ball possession down for the Indians. 3rd down and 5 for the Tribe, working from just outside their 24-yard line. Gaffney averaging 203 yards rushing. Somerville giving up just 102 yards. Ball possession down for the Tribe. First possession of the game. 3rd and 5 Gaffney from its 24. Bradshaw from the gun. Wide splits on that defensive front. Bradshaw gets a snap under pressure. Left side. This pass is caught by Jackie Leach. Breaks off a tackle at the 32nd effort, and he's hauled down after he gets the first down at the 41-yard line. So the chains will move. The Indians needed 5, and the pass replay covers 6 yards. For Leach, it's his 9th reception of the season and his 7th in the last 2 games. So Jackie was second effort there. He was hit hard, shy of the first down, but second effort keeps the drive alive for the Tribe. Gaffney with a fresh set of downs, now working back from the eye. Byers and Martin, 3 wide receivers and a slot to the left. Somerville was 6 up in the box. Bradshaw calling out the play at the line of scrimmage. The offensive line into their 3-point stances. Bradshaw gets the snap, hands off on the fullback dive to Brandon Byers over left guard, and up to about the 35 goes Byers as he picks up 4 yards.
And that is where he's stopped by Reggie Williams.
Reggie Williams, as we mentioned in the pregame show, number 1, is only a junior, has 6 sacks. If this kid were a senior, he'd be headed to the Shrine Bowl. 2 great tackles for this Somerville defensive front. The other tackle, Preston Thorne, 59. He is headed to the Shrine Bowl. Bradshaw up under center, 2nd and 6 for Gaffney, loading up the boxes. Somerville. Bradshaw's short drop, throws right, deflected at the line of scrimmage, and nearly picked off. And that was a Shrine Bowl selection that nearly came away with a pick.
Martin Ballard in there.
Preston Thorne getting in there to help out as well. Gaffney faced with another ball possession down. Opening series of the game. 9:43 remaining in the first quarter. Indians clad in the home black jerseys with the Vegas gold pants and the black helmets. Somerville in the road white jerseys, green numerals, pants, and helmets. Third down and 6 for Gaffney from its 34-yard line. I sent 3 wides and a slot to the left side. Bradshaw gets the snap. Flakes the handoff. This is all Bradshaw on the run here on the keeper across the 40 to the 45 as his team to the 50 into green wave territory, near side to the 40, down to the 30, and driven out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Finally punched out of bounds by Ryan Stubbs. It was Stubbs that he had to beat. Had Stubbs not been there, this would have been a touchdown and 6 points on the board.
Unofficially, a 38-yard run for Bradshaw, and the Indians working in green wave territory. Line of scrimmage is Somerville 27-yard line as the Indians work left to right here in the opening quarter of play. Byers and Martin in the I, 3 wides. We send 2 to the left side. Somerville with 2, 4, 6, 7 guys up there in the box. Now the linebackers retreat back a little bit in this 50 set. Bradshaw up under the center. Beatty, long play count, gets a snap, turns, hands to Brian Martin, inside handoff, and Martin tackled behind the line of scrimmage back near the 28-yard line. So it's a loss of 1, second down and 11.
Well, Quinn Tolbert, number 7, came up with the football, but of course the play had already been blown dead. He turned around to Sam Owens, the referee, as if to say, well, I've got it, and let's go the other way.
Well, Quinn Tolbert, number 7, is a 6-foot senior and a 3-year starter for this green wave defense. Second down and 11 for Gaffney. Quick snap. Bradshaw hands off to Brian Martin, trying to bounce wide left and tackled near the line of scrimmage. Brian may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and long coming up.
Yeah, not much. Martin Thomas in there for the green wave.
Well, Brian trying to get back into game shape, so to speak, if you lose it. Missing a week. Remember, he missed last week's game with that left ankle sprain, and Brian flexing that ankle around in a huddle that time. Third ball possession down on the drive for Gaffney. The Indians have converted on their first 2 attempts. Third down, a long 10 from the Somerville 27-yard line. Bradshaw from the gun, 2 wide receivers each side, and now our right tackle moves out of his stance, and a penalty marker comes in.
First penalty in tonight's game. Wait to hear from Sam Owens, who is the official tonight.
An encroachment on the defense.
That is a good call, because the defense coming up to the line of scrimmage, and it actually drew Millwood, right tackle, out of his 3-point stance. So the Indians with an easy 5 yards here. Huge difference here versus 3rd and 10. It's now 5 yards to go for a first down. Indians with 2 wide receivers to each side. Martin the back to the right of Bradshaw, who's in the shotgun. Somerville comes with 5. Bradshaw under pressure, going to step up in the pocket and sacked. Brought down back at the 25-yard line. From here would be a 42 or 43-yard field goal attempt.
Brian Peterson made the tackle.
And Rob Himes going to come on to attempt a field goal attempt from about 43 yards out. Season long of 42 yards in week number 9 at Greenwood. So for the call of this field goal attempt down to the sideline, here's Ron.
Bradshaw Littlejohn to hold. Rob Himes to attempt. He kicks it. It's up. It's got the distance. Seconds remaining first quarter. It's the Indians 3, the Green Wave 0. Back with Indian football.
For custom framing and art, be sure to see the Frame Depot in the Bilo Shopping Center, Gaffney. The Frame Depot is Cherokee County's exclusive dealer for limited edition Civil War prints by nationally known artist Mort Kunstler and America's most respected military artist, Don Troiani. Arriving next week at the Frame Depot, it's Don Troiani's latest print, The First Battle Flags. That's right, exclusively at the Frame Depot in Cherokee County, you'll find the First Battle Flag, Don Troiani. Frame Depot, 1107 West Floyd Baker Boulevard, in the Bilo Shopping Center, Gaffney, your exclusive dealer, Civil War art.
Well, back at the reservation, the Indians on the scoreboard first, 3-0. Rob Himes set to tee it up for Gaffney. This kick will travel left to right across your radio dial. This Gaffney kickoff brought to you by Ronnie Burns Ford and Western Star Trucks. 221 in Chesney. That's where you'll find the Ford Expeditions. A high and deep end over and kick, fielded 5 yards deep into the end zone by Smalls. It's the automatic touchback. So Rob Himes right now with the adrenaline flowing just kicked a season best 43-yard field goal to give the Indians a 3-0 lead. Somerville not able to do anything with a kick return, so the Green Wave start from their 20-yard line. You talk about a potent offense going against a stout defense. You got it here tonight. Somerville averaging over 356 yards of offense a game. Gaffney giving up just over 200 yards. Indians defense giving up just 2.5 yards per rushing attempt, facing this option attack. Green Wave break the huddle, line up the tight end to the left. They've got an eye in the backfield and a wide to each side. Swigert, the junior quarterback, up under center. Green the lone, or the deep back. Swigert, short drop, firing right side, caught, tackle made immediately at the 25-yard line. Stanton Yarborough, I believe, made the reception, gain of 5.
Yeah, and Tron Dawkins was right on him.
So the play picks up 5 yards. First play from scrimmage for Somerville. Opponents pretty much an equal distribution against Gaffney's defense over the last 5 football games. Coming into this game or the previous 5 contests, the opponents had run the ball 158 times and passed on 157 occasions. Opponents have completed 50% of their passes over this stretch. 2nd and 5 out of the eye for the Green Wave. Swigert gets the snap, fakes it to fullback, trying to run the option behind the right side and tackled after a gain of half a yard, maybe up near the 26-yard line. And a ball possession down coming up here for the Green Wave. 3rd down and a long 4.
Tackle made by Roger McIntosh. Looking along the Indian sideline, right, I see Bradshaw Littlejohn over there with the trainers. Apparently has maybe cut his finger. Looks like his right index finger. We'll check in with you on that in just a moment.
Now Somerville breaks a huddle line formation. Wide receivers to each side. They line up the tight end to the right. 4 down linemen for that Gaffney defense. 3rd and 4. Somerville from its 26. Swigert, the junior quarterback, up under center, gets a snap, straight drop, looking to throw. Pump fakes to the left, swing pass right side. Caught out of the backfield by the tailback Green. He's got the first down across the 30 and up to the 33-yard line. Goes Travis Green out of the backfield.
Punched out of bounds by Gaffney's Roy Dawkins.
Well, Roy this week named to the North-South All-Star football game. Dawkins with a great game last week against Lower Richland, had 32 tackle points, and that first down for the Green Wave momentarily silencing the crowd over here on the home side of the reservation. Talked about Swigert in the pregame, an impressive quarterback. Has completed 52% of his passes, has number 3, and only 4 interceptions and 160 passing attempts. I said wides each side. 1st and 10, Somerville from its 34-yard line, right side hash mark. Swigert gets the snap, turns, hands it to deep back Green over the left side, 2 hands over the football, up to the 39, breaks a tackle and lunges up to the 40 before he's brought down by a shoestring tackle, but not before a pickup of nearly 6 yards.
Good work by Dawkins. Roy Dawkins again staying with him, and as you say, a shoestring ankle tackle and brought him to the turf. Let's go to Ron, get an update on Bradshaw.
Dennis, Bradshaw Littlejohn did cut his right index finger, put a Band-Aid on it, and he says he's okay.
Well, that's great. 2nd down and 5 for the Green Wave unofficially, according to the scoreboard. Somerville working from its 40-yard line. 5:53 remaining first quarter. Gaffney 3. This is the Green Wave's first possession of the game. 2 wide receivers each side. Swigert from the gun. 3 gets the snap as we rush from the outside. Throws over the middle, and this is caught, hit, dropped, incomplete. Greg Wells. This is the Green Wave's first possession of the game. 2 wide receivers each side. Swigert from the gun. 3 gets the snap as we rush from the outside. Throws over the middle, and this is caught, hit, dropped. Swigert from the gun. 3 gets the snap as we rush from the outside, throws over the middle, and this is caught, hit, dropped, incomplete. Greg Willis, the North-South All-Star selection, number 19, nearly made the catch of the 46-yard line and then got blasted and coughed up the ball. It's ruled an incompletion.
Well, Roger McIntosh becomes a candidate for the blast of the game tonight with that one.
And you wonder why he's nicknamed Rocky by his teammates. McIntosh, the junior, coming into this football game, number 2 in tackle points, in excess of 400 on the season. He dropped from the number 1 spot because he had to play last week at tailback. Crowd rising to its feet at the reservation. 3rd and 5, Somerville from its 40-yard line. Eye set. 4 down linemen for the Gaffney defense. Swigert gets the snap. Fakes to the fullback. Pitch back right side. Green turns the corner. He's got the first down to the 50 and lunges off a tackle and dives to the Gaffney 46-yard line. So just as Gaffney able to convert on 2 ball possession downs their first series, Somerville equal to the task here. 1st and 10 at the Gaffney 46-yard line.
Well, he had one man to beat. That was B.J. Dover, and Dover rose to the occasion on that one.
Well, Green, 5'10", 158-pound junior coming into this game with just under 1,200 yards rushing. with 14 scores. Both the tailback Green and the fullback Jonathan Smalls with 14 rushing scores each this year. Stoppage of play on the field as they're trying to reset something, and now B.J. Dover for Gaffney coming off off the field and to the Gaffney sideline. 1st and 10 for the Green Wave inside the Gaffney 46-yard line. Ball spotted right side hash mark. This a quarterfinal round Big 16 matchup of teams each 11-1. Both teams losing during the regular season when they were the top-ranked team and on the road. Somerville at Stratford in week number 4 in triple overtime, 24-17. And Gaffney, the regular season finale at Spartanburg, 14-6. Swigert with a back to each side out of the shotgun, gets a snap. We send a blitz up the middle. Swigert hit as he throws left, wide open, making a catch on the left hash mark. He has Green, the tailback, and he's tackled down at the Gaffney 28-yard line.
Oh, good work there by Darrell Richburg. He just sailed the ball just before he was blasted.
Well, came right up the middle that time, but it was a good play call. As it left it open with the linebacker blitz, McIntosh able to apply the leather, so to speak, to Swigert, but 3 with enough composure to deliver a strike down the field. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Green Wave for the Gaffney 27-yard line. Somerville working right to left here in the opening quarter of play. Swigert barking out the play call at the line of scrimmage. Now up under center with an eye set behind him. Long play count, gets a snap, hands it off to the fullback. He's hit, he's fumbled the football. It's loose at the 25. Gaffney has recovered. The Indians come away with a fumble recovery. No advancement after we recovered the football, and that is the 61st forced turnover by this Gaffney defense this year.
Good work by Darrell Richburg. Let's go to Ron.
Well, Ron ecstatic on that Gaffney sideline, as he should be. 1st and 10 for the Indians from their 25. Ball spotted right side hash mark, 3 wide, slot left. 3 down linemen for Somerville, 4 up there at the line of scrimmage. Bradshaw under center. Beatty gets the play call, now calls it out as the offensive line gets into the 3-point stance. Bradshaw gets a snap, hands it off to the fullback Brandon Byers on the dive. He's up to the 33-yard line, maybe even the 34 as he picks up a healthy gain of 8 yards on 1st down.
And that's where he is dropped by Norvell Dickerson.
And you know, that's the key to the option attack. If you want to run the option, if your fullback can get all kinds of yardage, that opens up some other things. And we mentioned the previous 2 games, Brandon coming in, 21 carries, 123 yards. 2nd down and 2, Gaffney from just shy of its 34-yard line. Ball spotted right side hash mark. 4 down linemen for the Somerville defense. Eye for Gaffney. Now they're bunching up at the line of scrimmage. The Green Wave defense. Bradshaw gets the snap, gives the bone again to Brandon Byers, trying to work right side, inside handoff up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of a yard or 2. 3rd down and short for the Tribe.
Yeah, a host of Green Wave defenders in there. Martin Ballard on the bottom.
Well, if you're Somerville, this game tonight getting started like the one last week against Orangeburg-Wilkinson. Somerville lost 4 fumbles in the first half of that game, went into the locker room down 7-0. But once again, the Gaffney defense coming up with its 61st forced turnover this year. 3rd and 1 Gaffney. Bradshaw trying to go on the quarterback sneak, and I think he may have gotten it as he tried to go right up the gut. And this is going to be a lot closer than I thought it was. Referee Sam Owens on the right hash mark, eyeing over to the Somerville sideline where the chains are at. Some of the Gaffney crowd not real happy with the placement of the football. But the initial measurement of the game coming up. 3:06 remaining in the opening quarter of play. Great to have you with us tonight. It's Gaffney 3 and Somerville 0. Chains brought on the field to measure this. It is a Gaffney 1st down by the length of the football. So the drive stays alive.
Well, if you're just tuning in now, 3-0, the Indians lead it after a rather nice field goal of 43 yards from Rob Hine.
Indians get the opening kickoff, convert 2 3rd down conversions on that drive, and Heim the 43-yard field goal to cap a 46-yard drive. Eye set, Bradshaw up under center, gets a snap, hands it off to the fullback Brandon Byers, working over left guard, minimal yardage up to about the 38-yard line. Hard fought 2 yards for Byers out of that fullback spot.
Well, he's in there swinging. Norvell Dickerson again making the tackle for the Green Wave.
Norvell Dickerson, one of the many seniors on this Somerville defense, a unit that I mentioned earlier, giving up just over 201 yards of offense per game, while Gaffney's averaging better than 322. 2nd down and 7, Gaffney from its 39-yard line. Bradshaw from the gun, 2 wide, G side. 7 gets the snap, looking left, fires. This is caught by Brandon Peeler. Short pass tackled after a gain of 1 to the 40-yard line. And it brings up 3rd down and 6.
Reggie Williams on the tackle for the Green Wave.
Got to get Brandon more involved in the passing attack. He's our leading receiver on the year coming into this game. 26 catches for 689 yards, averaging 26.5 yards per catch, and has 11 scores. Brandon last week had just 1 reception for 28 yards, and 2 weeks ago against Spartanburg, 1 for 5. 3rd and 6, Gaffney from its 40-yard line, left side hash mark. Bradshaw from the gun, 2 wides each side. Somerville coming on the rush. Bradshaw gets the snap, fires over the middle, overthrown and incomplete. Trying to go to Brandon Peeler down at the Somerville 45-yard line, but overthrown. And for the first time in this game, Gaffney will have to punt the football. So the Indians unable to capitalize after the defense forced and recovered a fumble at our 25. Effort taken by Milford inside his 30s, racing up the field left side to the 35 as a block to the 45 to the 50 into Gaffney territory and tackled from behind at the Gaffney 38-yard line. Several missed tackles that time by the guys clad in black. And Somerville with great field position down at the Gaffney 38-yard line, but Milford slow to get up off the turf after that long return.
Well, another good pursuit by Roger McIntosh, or Rocky as we call it.
Well, McIntosh with a touchdown-saving tackle, and you saw the speed displayed by 24 right there as he raced up the field and brought down 23 from behind. But Somerville with fantastic field position at the Gaffney 38-yard line. It is a 3-0 Indians lead. We have 89 seconds remaining in the opening quarter of play. Where's Gaffney coming into this game? 11-1 on the year. The Indians, by the way, 13-0 all-time here at the Reservation, the Big 16 playoffs, during the Coach Joe Montgomery tenure.
Injury update brought to you by Carolina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic, 104A Professional Park in Gaffney. Let's go to Ron Oiby on the sideline.
Thanks, Dennis. Jamal Milford just fell on the football, knocked the breath out of it.
All right, injury puts you on the sideline. Then contact the sports medicine professionals, Dr. Frank Phillips, Dr. Richard Gardner, Dr. Walter Grady, at 487-5823. That is the Carolina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic.
Teams up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, Green Wave. Gaffney 38-yard line, left hash mark. I said wides to each side, tight end to the left. Swigert gets the snap, fakes to the fullback, running the option down the right side of the line, tackled near the line of scrimmage. So nothing doing there that time on the keeper for Swigert.
And a tackle made by Dory Brown.
Well, time for that Gaffney defense to come up with another big stand here. Dory Brown, as Dennis mentioned in the tackle there, leading us in tackle points coming into this game is number 45 with 430. Dory last week with a team-high 61 tackle points. The junior had a caused fumble, an interception, and a recovered fumble. 2nd down and 10 for the Green Wave at the Gaffney 38-yard line. Swigert from the shotgun. 4 down linemen for Gaffney. 2 wideouts to each side for the Green Wave. The back to the left as Swigert gets the snap, dropping back the pass from the top of the Indian head. Slings a pass down the near sideline. It's intercepted and a tackle made down at the 11-yard line. I think it's Roger Logan, 15 on the INT for Gaffney, and it is.
It is Roger Logan.
Well, the good news is the Indians have the football. The bad news, it's poor field position, but we'll take it. For Roger Logan, he continues to build upon his single-season interception record at Gaffney. The senior now with 12. That's the 62nd forced turnover by the Gaffney defense this year, and as far as interceptions, the 39th. So Gaffney with the ball back, leading 3-0. We go with the staggered or offset eye. The fullback Byers offset to the right of the tailback, Brian Martin. 3 wide receivers, including 2 to the short side. Bradshaw up under center, gets a snap, short drop, fires left, in and out of Jackie Leach's hands, in the air, and it's intercepted. On the return for the Green Wave, they may score on this to the 10 to the 5, yes, touchdown, Somerville, Richie Richardson. In and out of the hands of Jackie Leach. Ball went straight into the air, and Richardson, 27, picked off the pass and scored. And the Green Wave leads this thing 6-3. But one of their star tackles, Reggie Williams, number 1, being helped off to that Somerville sideline. But it's 6-3 Somerville. Scoring update brought to you by Sagebrush Steakhouse, 1541 Floyd Becker Boulevard, Gaffney. Sagebrush, some of the baby back ribs and the best steaks in town. For the PAT, here's Ron.
Tony Martin to hold, and number 4, Ryan Bowers, to try the point after. The snap, the place, it's up, it is good. So with 34.3 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Green Wave From Somerville 7, the Gaffney Indians 3. This is Gaffney Indian football.
The Christmas shop is now open at Buford Street True Value, 101 North Grenard in Gaffney, South Carolina.
Holiday animation, 25 to 30% off.
7.5-foot Wisconsin fir artificial tree was $129.99. Sale price $79.95.
Lighted reindeer yard decorations, $49.99.
Handsome bows from $2.50 up. Open 8 to 8 Monday through Friday, Saturday 8 to 6. Now Sundays from 2 to 5.
Well, back at the reservation, Somerville last week recovering a fumbled punt, returning that for a touchdown. They also returned an INT for a touchdown. And here the Green Wave on the interception off the deflection. Richie Richardson unofficially 21 yards. Bowers point after he gives Somerville a 7-3 lead. Green Wave kickoff brought to you by Ronnie Burns Ford and Western Star Trucks. Highway 221 in Chesney. That's where you'll find the Ford Crown Victorious. Foot to leather, high and deep, end over and kick. Brandon Peeler makes the catch a yard deep into the end zone, so that's the automatic touchback. So the Indian offense heads onto the field as Gaffney, for the first time in his football game, trails with 34 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Time now for this Gaffney crowd to get into this football game even more so than in the past, as we're down 7-3.
Well, as Coach Montgomery said, they have to be the 12th person on that field, even though they're on the sideline.
Well, 1st and 10 for the try from their 20-yard line. I set. Bradshaw up under center, stacking up the line of scrimmage. Bradshaw throws left, caught on the slant by Brandon Peeler, and this is a foot race to the end zone. He's to the 40, to the Somerville 30, to the 20, to the 15, 10-5, touchdown Gaffney. Lightning has struck in the form of a Vegas gold and black lightning bolt. 80 yards on the touchdown pass. Bradshaw Littlejohn, his 12th touchdown, or his 10th touchdown pass of the season, and the 12th hauled in by Brandon Peeler. And just like that, the Indians reclaim the lead at 9-7. Scoring update brought to you by Sagebrush Steakhouse, 1541 Floyd Becker Boulevard in Gaffney. Sagebrush, home of the baby back ribs and the best steaks in town. Want to give a shout out to the guys in the kitchen down there. But down to the sideline now, here's Ron with a PAT.
Bradshaw Littlejohn to hold. Rob Heim to kick, to place. It's up. It's good. 22.4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Gaffney Indians 10. The Green Wave from Somerville 7. This is the Gaffney Indian Network.
Wallace White, Pontiac Buick GMC truck is now open in their new location on Highway 11 in Gaffney. Just take exit 92 off I-85, go up Highway 11 toward Chesney for 1 mile, and you're there. The new place looks great, with lots more room for cars and trucks, as well as their state-of-the-art service department. Stop in and see the new Buicks like the LeSabre, Regal, or Century. Test drive a brand new Pontiac Grand Am or Bonneville, and Wallace White has grand opening specials on all the popular GMC Sierra and Sonoma trucks. It's a great time of the year to buy, so shop with the local guys at Wallace White, Pontiac Buick GMC truck, their new location on Highway 11 in Gaffney.
What a football game, and we've not even finished the first quarter as Gaffney has reclaimed the lead at 10-7. Gaffney kickoff brought to you by Ronnie Burns Ford and Western Star Trucks, Highway 221 in Chesney. Rob Heim, line drive kick down the field, taken by Smalls inside the 10, middle of the field to the 15, to the 20, across the 25 to the 30, and pushes the pile to the 35 before 31 is finally wrestled to the turf.
Well, I think there's some folks across the way, especially on the Somerville bench over there, or at least on the sidelines, a little bit shocked right now.
Well, the thing about it, you know, Coach Montgomery talks about these games coming down to big plays. We've already had 2. Somerville scored on a 27-yard interception return, and here Gaffney answers that with the 80-yard scoring strike from Bradshaw Littlejohn to Brandon Peeler. So it's 10-7 Gaffney. 1st and 10 Somerville from its 35-yard line. I set single wides each side. Swigert up under center, gets the snap. Toss right side. Green trying to turn the corner and tackled near the line of scrimmage. We nearly got 30 behind the line of scrimmage, but nice effort getting back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd down and long.
Yeah, good work there by Gaffney's Roy Dawkins.
Well, Roy all over the football field tonight. Mentioned he's headed to the North-South All-Star game, and at the final play of what has been a very entertaining opening 12 minutes of play. At the end of the first quarter, your score, the Indians 10 and the Green Wave 7. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Perry's Tire Service would like to express their appreciation to all of their cherished customers for their loyalty to Perry's Tire over the years. We have been able to provide services such as brakes, shocks, struts.
A baby monitor? I love it! Oh, God, it's beautiful!
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
We're still riding the Michelin tires because our daddy loves us.
Gaffney High School Indian football is a presentation of Gaffney Broadcasting Sports through authority granted by Gaffney High School and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or the use of the descriptions of this game without the express written consent of Gaffney Broadcasting Incorporated is prohibited.
Well, as we start the second quarter, it is Gaffney 10 and Somerville 7. Somerville with the football, second down and 10 for the Green Wave from their 30-yard line. Somerville will work left to right here in the second quarter of play. Ball spotted near side or right hash mark. Line outs to each side. Tight end lines up to the left. That's Rodney West. And an I formation behind the quarterback, Swigert. 4 down linemen for the Gaffney defense. Dory Brown coming on the left linebacker blitz. They hand it off to Green, left halfback inside, handoff and tackled after a gain of 1 as he got up to the 36-yard line. 3rd down and 9 coming up here for this Green Wave offense.
Well, a little bit of shoving there between Dory Brown and one of the Green Wave linemen. I think that, yes, it was Lance Brewer. And, of course, the officials quickly to settle that down. We don't want to see another game like we saw last week.
Oh, no. That third quarter, Ernie Payne back at studio control. I think Ernie timed that third quarter last week, and he timed it at 62 minutes. I think we all aged about 5 years during that game. Crowd rising to its feet. 3rd down and 9, Somerville from its 36-yard line. Swigert to snap from the shotgun. Under pressure, fires left side. Has caught up at a 44-yard line. We've got the wide receiver hemmed in, and we make the tackle back near the 42-yard line, which is 4 yards shy of the first down. If the wide receiver, Kendrell Felder, would have headed up the football field after he made the catch, he had the first down, but he tried to dodge his way through traffic and ended up losing 3 yards after the reception, and the Green Wave will have to punt.
What do you think when you got Roger Logan and also you got Dory Brown looking right down your eyes?
Well, watch out for this guy here, this punter, Joey Bowers, averaging over 41 yards per kick this year, is number 39. This is his 28th attempt. He had 2 in excess of 50 yards last week. Twin safeties back for Gaffney. There's a snap to Bowers and gets a rifle into the air. Brandon Peeler making the catch, left hash mark, racing to the 15, up to the 20-yard line, trying to reverse his field. 3 jerseys in his face, and well, hauled down at the 22-yard line. Looked like we'd get a big return on that one, but Brandon stuffed down at the 22-yard line.
Had a lot of green jerseys headed his way. Andrew Basil in there.
Now listen to the Gaffney crowd as the defense comes off the field. So 1st and 10 for the Indians. Gaffney will scrimmage from its 23-yard line. 10:24 remaining in the opening half of play. It is Gaffney 10 and the defending Big 16 state champion Somerville Green Wave 7. Gaffney switching wide receivers from one side of the field to the other. 3 wides, 2 to the left side. Byers and Brian Martin in the eye. Bradshaw up under his center. Beatty gets the snap, turns, fakes to the fullback, pitch back right side. Brian Martin being strung out, tries to stiff arm a tackler, and Brian brought down near the line of scrimmage as he tried to work the right side.
Well, he was trying to get there, tried to make the turn. It did not work. Jamal Milford and Ryan Stubbs, 23 and 24, respectively, there for the Green Wave.
Well, so far the best offense for Gaffney as far as the ground game goes. Bradshaw, who had a 38-yard run on the opening series, and Brandon Byers has had success from the fullback spot. Difficult going right now for Brian Martin, a deep back. 2nd down and just over 10 for Gaffney. Bradshaw, the snap, short drop, looking left, fires on the slant. Brandon Peeler leaps into the air, makes the catch, tackled immediately up at the 33-yard line, which is a gain of nearly 9 yards.
Aaron Ayers made the tackle, but let me tell you, it was like life just sort of stopped for just a moment. He was in there suspended in air for like 2 seconds, you know, and he caught the ball and then down. It's sort of like freeze frame on your TV.
Well, 13 got more yardage on that than I thought he did. They have to bring the chains on the field for a measurement. Our second one for Gaffney, we got the first one. Short. And Indians are short here, 3rd down and inches. Coming up for the Tribe, Gaffney working from its 33-yard line. Tonight's game, the 898th in Gaffney football history. Gaffney was 605 wins all time. The Indians also 11-4 all time in the second round of the Big 16 state playoffs. Last lost in 95 on the road at Conway. Overtime, 14-7. 3rd and inches for Gaffney from the 33. Bradshaw fakes the handoff, running the option behind the left side. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's running along the near side up to the 45. Out of bounds up at the 47-yard line. Bradshaw Littlejohn, the quarterback, picks up 14 when we needed an inch.
Well, did you see how he just stiffed arm a tackle over to his right?
Well, he is just so tough to bring down. We're talking about a 6'4" 6'4", 245-pound frame. Mentioned Bradshaw had a 38-yard run. Gaffney's first series of the game. He had 4 rushing scores last week. Only carried the ball 8 times. His longest rushing score a week ago was of 25 yards. That capped off a 95-yard scoring drive. First and 10, Gaffney from its 48 near side hash mark. Bradshaw the snap, dropping back, looking to pass. Looks like we're trying to set up that screen. Bradshaw floats a pass down the left side for Brian Martin. He makes the catch and is tackled immediately near side at the Somerville 27-yard line. Actually, the pass a little bit underthrown. Brian had to come back to the football a little bit. That allowed the secondary to catch up to 20, but Brian makes the catch and is tackled down at the Green Wave 28. First and 10, Gaffney.
Shows you what a cool head to do for you. Jamal Milford made the tackle. But oh, what a beautiful play.
Well, Gaffney right now certainly with momentum, and as far as receiving this year, that is just Brian's 9th reception of the year. Tron Thompson and Jackie Leach, wide receivers to the shorter left side. One wide receiver to the right side. Somerville band playing Rocky Top over there on the Green Wave side of the field. I said for Gaffney, and now we have to call a timeout as the play clock near expiration and a heads-up call. So Gaffney calls a timeout, but the Indians of the Green Wave 27, 8:45 remaining in the opening half. It's 10-7 Tribe. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Consumer Digest has recently reported that the Bryant 90i gas furnace is a best buy. Call Johnny Childress for more information on this unit, along with their other top-selling products, which feature a 10-year guarantee. Ask about the Bryant 657.
At First Piedmont Federal, we believe in you having fun.
To me, this is fun. To them, I'm worth a loan.
And we believe in helping you get ahead.
They pre-approved my loan before I started shopping.
With a quick response, usually within a day.
We've gotten our loans from them for years.
They know us and can tailor a payment plan that fits our needs.
First Piedmont Federal, where our prime interest is...
Somerville 10-7. Gaffney calling a timeout. We return to play. First and 10 for the Tribe at the Somerville 27-yard line. Bradshaw up under center. The Gaffney quarterback gets the snap, hands it off to the deep back Brian Martin. Inside handoff, tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Got him back at the 30-yard line. Loss of a healthy 3 yards.
Yeah, Preston Thorne, that's the guy you've been talking about all night.
Well, so far what we've seen from Brian Martin, not a whole lot as far as the rushing game going. He did have the big pass reception earlier on this drive. Once again, the most successful ground game for Gaffney right now, coming from the quarterback Littlejohn and from the fullback Byers. With the loss of yardage, second down and 13. Gaffney with 2 wide receivers each side. Bradshaw started from the shotgun, now approaching the line of scrimmage and settles under a center Brad Beatty. Bradshaw gets a snap, short route, going to float a pass left side, going for Brandon Peeler, man coverage, and incomplete in the end zone. In fact, Brandon that time turning into the defensive back, so to speak. There's a penalty marker down at the 24-yard line near side. Might be in the area of defensive holding on the DB, referee Sam Owens.
Got illegal motion against the offense.
Well, illegal motion called against the Tribe. So Peeler that time lined up as a wide receiver to the left. Some thought it might have been defensive holding. Now the decision here, Somerville can decline this to bring up a 3rd down and 13. And I believe that's what's going to happen.
Illegal motion declined. 3rd down.
So Preston Thorne, big number 59, headed to the Shrine Bowl, tells the official that the Green Wave was to decline that penalty. So 3rd down and 13 for the Tribe. Line of scrimmage is Somerville 30-yard line. Keep in mind, Gaffney's Rob Heim, who did a 43-yard field goal earlier in this game. Gaffney's first possession. 2 wideouts to each side for the Tribe. Martin the back to the right of Bradshaw in the shotgun. Somerville comes with the outside rush. Bradshaw tries to step up under pressure and sacked back out of the 38-yard line, and that takes us out of field goal position. You know who comes up with a sack.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Fabian. Number 59, Preston Thorne.
He is a player, his 9th sack of the year and the 48th for this Somerville defense. Mentioned Gaffney's impressive unit. Somerville equal to the task. And now Rob Heim coming on the punt. Boy, Bradshaw Littlejohn that time was about ready to get down into that stance as if Gaffney was going to go for a field goal, but now someone comes off the field. So Rob Heim here will try to pooch kick this one inside the 10-yard line, and we've been able to do that this season. Once again, we short hop Heim on the snap, but 22 gets the football and gets the pooch kick underway. Hits at the 9 of Somerville. Inside the 5, we try to tightrope the goal line, but we cannot. It was Roger Logan, I think, that caught the football off the hop at the 1-yard line, but his momentum took him across the goal line. All that effort there, and it goes for naught. The Green Wave go from starting at their 1-yard line. Will now start from their 20 with 7:12 remaining in the opening half of play. Gaffney leading this game 10-7.
Well, that's a pretty good call. I watched that one real close in the field glasses, and absolutely right. The momentum did take him across.
So Somerville starts from its 20-yard line. Thank goodness for small favors if you're a Green Wave fan. Somerville breaks the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. They line the tight end up to the left, wides to each side, I formation. Small's the fullback. Leads the team in rushing attempts coming into this game. 4-3 set for Gaffney defensively. Swigert hands it off to the deep back Green, working over the left side and pushes up to about the 25-yard line. Goes Green. He picks up 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 coming up here for Somerville.
Yeah, but that's where he's met by Gaffney's Jeff Littlejohn.
Well, the winner of this game moving on to the semifinals, if you will, next week of the Big 16 playoffs in the finals of the Low Country bracket. The Indians Green Wave winner will take on the survivor tonight as top-seeded Stratford playing host to 4th-seeded Lexington down in Light Country. 2nd down and 5 for Somerville from its 25. Same formation. Swigert gets the snap. Pitch right side to Green. The running back's going to look to throw on a halfback pass. He's under pressure. Still on his feet and sacked back at the 21-yard line.
Good work by Gaffney's Keon Gardner, looks like, in there.
Well, good. Was it? I think it was Billy Smith 9. Dennis, the Shrine Bowl selection.
I didn't think Keon was in there. You're right. It was 9. He was moving pretty fast, had some people in front. It looked like a 3. You know, the 9s can look like 3 sometime.
Well, Billy, the only senior up front for that Gaffney defense. So the trickery there doesn't work for Somerville. 3rd down and 8 for the Green Wave. Somerville scrimmaging from its 22-yard line. Once again, the Gaffney crowd making noise. Swigert from the shotgun. He gets a snap. Here comes the rush. We stunt. Swigert looking to throw. Under pressure. Fires left sideline. Juggling catch made in the 1st down across the 35 to the 40. Out of bounds over the 42-yard line as Kendrell Fielder made the reception, and a penalty flag is thrown in the area which Swigert was hit when he threw the football. Referee Sam Owens.
I got a personal foul answer, which will go from the end of the run.
Wow. Personal foul, roughing the passer against that Gaffney defense. And this will be tacked on from the end of the run. Forward progress, I think, for Milford up to the 43-yard line. So Somerville now in Gaffney territory. 10-7 Tribe with 5:45 remaining in the opening half of play.
Well, Gaffney's first penalty in tonight's game. My goodness, if you look back to last week's game, we would already surpassed 100 yards by this time.
1st down.
And you know the thing about last week's game, we mentioned that the teams had totaled nearly 300 yards of penalties. Keep in mind, several of those penalties not getting into statistics because they were offsetting.
Yep.
So 1st down and 10 for the Green Wave. Line of scrimmage, the Gaffney 42-yard line, left side hash mark. Somerville working left to right here at the reservation in the 2nd quarter of play. Tony Franks, a wide receiver, out to the left side. They'll send their tight end Rodney West to the left side. That's the short side I formation. Swigert, the quarterback, will now operate from the shotgun with a back to each side. Wide receiver tight to the formation on the right side. Swigert gets the snap. Here comes the linebacker blitz. Throws right side, incomplete. Underthrew Felder at the Gaffney 34-yard line, but Swigert having to throw that football quicker than he wanted to.
Well, and of course, Roy Dawkins was right in there, too, in the area.
Well, the interception thrown by Swigert in the 1st quarter was only his 5th in just over 160 passing attempts on the year. He is a very accurate passer. In fact, they started out the year, did Somerville throwing the football, but as Swigert got more comfortable running the option, they gradually made the transition. Swigert again from the shotgun. Wide receivers each side and the back to each side of Swigert. 3 awaiting the snap. 4 down linemen on the Gaffney defense. We rush 5. Swigert fumbles the snap from center, running for his life, still on his feet, back to the line of scrimmage, and positive yardage as he's tackled down at the 38-yard line. So Swigert nearly brought down back at the 48-yard line, advances the ball down to the 38-yard line. And 3rd down and a long 6 coming up here for Somerville.
Well, Jeff Littlejohn and Anthony Littlejohn, and they're double teaming for the tackle.
Well, 72 bent over a little bit, but he's okay as he adjusts that chin strap. So 3rd down and 6. Somerville with a football at the Gaffney 38-yard line as we approach the 5-minute mark. Time remaining in the opening half of play. It's 10-7 Gaffney. 2 wide receivers to each side. The back to Swigert's right. 3 gets the snap. Swigert looking to throw. Fires sideline right. This caught at the Gaffney 30, and we make the tackle down at the 28. Hits a Green Wave 1st down, as I believe Tony Frank said he made the reception. Yes, he did, and a change will move for Somerville.
Brad Studevants on the tackle.
Boy, Jeff Littlejohn in frustration that time as he tried to apply the pressure to Swigert, ripped off that helmet. 72 now makes his way up to the defensive unit where he'll call out the defensive signals. So 1st and 10 for the Green Wave. Line of scrimmage just outside the Gaffney 27-yard line, near center right hash mark. Same formation for the Green Wave. Swigert from the gun. He's thrown for over 1,500 yards, and on the quarterback draw, going to take it up the middle of the 25. He's to the 20, pinballs his way down to the 18, and he is hammered there as that picks up nearly 9 yards.
Dory Brown and B.J. Dover on there on the tackle.
One of the things that we have heard about this Somerville football team, unlike Gaffney, with a capable reserve, if you want to call it that, and Fred Littlejohn. In fact, they're going to bring the chains on the field for a measurement. But second-string quarterbacking, not much of one for Somerville right now. So this is pretty much Swigert's ship. Changeborough on the field for the measurement. They'll stretch and just inches shy of the first down. 2nd and inches here for Somerville. Line of scrimmage, the Gaffney 18-yard line. Game summary brought to you by Fats Cafe. It's where you'll enjoy special lunch items from $4.99 to $5.99. Call them at 488-0310. 3 turnovers in the opening half of play. Only one of those turned into a score, and that for Somerville. The defense off the deflection. Richie Richardson picking off the pass and rumbling 21 yards for Somerville's lone touchdown. Well, teams at the line of scrimmage and ready to go. I set. Swigert gets the snap on the quarterback sneak, follows center, and gets the first down as he pushes to the 15-yard line or thereabouts. So 1st and 10 for Somerville, the Green Wave, with all 3 timeouts remaining. Gaffney with 2.
Had a little tough going, although he did get it because Anthony Littlejohn was in there.
Yeah, this Somerville drive started from the Green Wave 20-yard line. Line of scrimmage now at the Indians 15. Once again, Somerville with only 1 offensive touchdown last week in the 21-7 win over Orangeburg-Wilkinson. Trailed that game 7-0 at halftime. 4 turnovers in the opening half of that game. The Green Wave with 2 here in the opening half of this one. I formation. Smalls the up back, Green the deep back. Swigert gets a snap, straight drop, looking to throw. Has time, airs it out left side of the end zone. Incomplete. Roger Logan, 15, sprinting over there to get the coverage on, I think it was Greg Willis, the intended receiver.
Well, looking along the Indian sideline, Coach Joe Montgomery having a very intense conversation with Bradshaw Littlejohn and Fred Littlejohn, explaining something, doing a lot of hand motions down there. Not sure what exactly he's talking about, but...
well, you've got your wide receivers, Coach. Jay Huffstetler in there as well.
Yeah.
So remember now, Bradshaw's played at tight end and wide receiver. 2nd down and 10 for the Green Wave at the Gaffney 15-yard line. Ball between the hash marks. I said again. Swigert gets the snap, going to run the option down the left side. Pitch back to Green. Hempton in the backfield and tackled out near the 17-yard line. It's a loss of at least 2 yards. The 92nd tackle for loss registered by this Gaffney defense in 99.
That was Dory Brown.
Dory coming up to make the stop. 17 interceptions by this Gaffney defense now in the last 5+ football games. And the defensive line with 21 sacks over the last 4+ football games coming into this one. 3rd down and 12 for Somerville. Line of scrimmage, the Gaffney 17-yard line, left side hash mark. Swigert from the gun with a back to each side. 2 wide receivers to the right or wide side. 3 gets the snap. Looking, lofts a pass over the middle, deflected in the end zone, incomplete. It was nearly caught by the tight end, Rodney West. But 80 could not hang on to the football off the deflection, and we do have a penalty flag down near the line of scrimmage. And this one, I think, going against Somerville.
We got illegal procedure against the offense.
Illegal procedure. They call against the Green Wave. Referee Sam Owens. Penalty is declined, and Somerville will go for the field goal attempt. Ryan Bowers had a 22-yard field goal attempt against Gaffney in a title game a year ago. He had a 48-yard PAT in a game this year against Battery Creek. This one from about 34 yards out for the call. Here's Ron.
Bowers to try the punt after, waiting the snap. The snap, the place, the kick, it's up. Let's see, it's got the distance. To the right. The Indians 10, the Green Wave 7. This is Gaffney Indian football.
The gigantic $1 million furniture sell-off is in full swing at Brown Furniture Company in downtown Gaffney. Hurry in this weekend and save hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars on brand-name furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics. It's the biggest sale in their 70-year history. Nothing is being held back. Plus, you can buy with no money down with approved credit. Bring your truck or trailer and save lots of money this weekend and have your home looking gorgeous for the holidays. All from the furniture store that offers you more. That's Brown Furniture Company, 113 East Frederick Street, downtown Gaffney.
Back at the reservation, teams on the field and ready to go. 1st and 10, Gaffney from its 20. Fred Littlejohn now the quarterback. Pass left side to Bradshaw. This is the double pass. He rifles a pass over the middle of the field and incomplete. Brandon Peeler, the intended receiver. Razzle-dazzle time. That play for Gaffney. We mentioned earlier now, we were talking, Dennis, you made a comment that Coach Montgomery over there with Fred and Bradshaw on the sideline. Our wide receivers, Coach Jay Huffstetler there as well, as the defense was on the field. And, well, we saw why the 4 guys were huddled there. The old double pass. Fred threw a lateral left side to Bradshaw, made the catch and then just rifled a pass over the top of the defense. But Brandon Peeler nowhere in the area. He was the intended receiver.
Well, I knew something was up down there.
Well, 10-7 Gaffney. 2nd and 10 for the Tribe from their 20-yard line. I set. Bradshaw gets a snap, turns hands to Brian Martin. Straight up the gut, minimal yardage, up to about the 23 or 24. It has been a rough opening half of play for number 20. Came into this football game 130 yards shy of 1,000 on the year. But he has not had too many positive rushing attempts in this game tonight. In the state championship battle last year, Somerville running 52 plays for 317 yards. Gaffney 56 for 319. Under 2 minutes to play, first half. Gaffney with the ball and a 10-7 lead, but it's a ball possession down, 3rd and 7. We've got to get it out across our 30 to keep the Tribe alive. Bradshaw, short drop, fires a pass left side, going for Jackie Lynch. He makes a two-handed catch along the near sideline. Advances the football up to the 48-yard line where 6 is driven out of bounds. It is a gain of 15 or 25 yards, and the chains will move for the Tribe.
And he's tackled by Jeremy Wilson before being jolted into the TV7 cameraman on the sideline.
Now, keep in mind, this drive starting after Somerville missing unofficially what was a 34-yard field goal attempt. Gaffney has advanced the football out to its 48-yard line. Ball spotted near center left hash mark. Gaffney working right to left here in the second quarter of play. 3 wides, we send 2 to the right side. I said once again, 3 down linemen for Somerville, 6 in the box. Bradshaw, play action, 7 looks to throw. Has the roll of the pocket near side. Dump pass up the field, dropped incomplete. I shouldn't say drop. Brandon Byers tried to make a shoestring catch at the Somerville 44, but 36 could not hang on. Nearly a nice play by the fullback that time coming out of the backfield. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, Somerville with 3 timeouts remaining. Gaffney with 2. 2nd down and 10. Stoppage of play, and Somerville has called a timeout. And we'll take the break as well. 1:36 remaining in the opening half of play. Gaffney with the football and a 10-7 lead. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Baskin-Robbins says, blast them away, Indians. Just like the Indians, you too can enjoy a blast. A cappuccino, mocha, or chocolate blast, made with your choice of ice cream and topping. Treat yourself to one of the smoothies made with truly free yogurt and fresh fruit.
When you think about your bank, you probably don't think relationship. I mean, you can't exactly cuddle up with your checkbook at night. But you can get a little special treatment with this. Advantage checking from Bank of America. It actually rewards you with better rates on loans and CDs, free checks. It doesn't nickel and dime you with fees. Okay, it's not exactly like marriage. But then again, what is?
For the Tribe as we come back to play. Indians working from their 49-yard line. Ball spotted left hash mark. Teams up the line of scrimmage. 3 wides for the Tribe slot right. Bradshaw gets the snap. The Gaffney quarterback play action looks to throw. Dump pass up the field. Caught by Brian Martin behind the line of scrimmage. Looking for blockers ahead, and he does so. To the 45 of Somerville and down to the Greenway 42-yard line. Near enough for a Gaffney first down.
That's where you ran into Quinn Tolbert on the Greenway.
That little screen always scares me. We end up getting a bunch of yardage out of that thing, but there that developed well. Brian made the catch and followed 2 linemen up the field and advanced the football nearly enough for a first down. The chains coming on the field once again. Reminder, at halftime tonight, we'll have some scores, hopefully, from some other Big 16 playoff games. Take a look at the opening half statistics. And halftime guest tonight is Danny Higgins. We talked about Danny a little bit on the broadcast last week as they bring the chains on the field measure. And let's see, Gaffney inches shy of the first down. So should bring up, 3rd down and inches here for the Tribe.
Yeah, well, you were talking about the last play. My goodness, you got to work so hard to get that thing off.
Oh, yes. But getting back to Danny, because of his efforts now, the South Carolina High School League, I believe, has now recognized 5 additional championships by Gaffney as state championships in the sport of football. I believe going into last year, the High School League had only recognized 7, but that total is now up to 12. Danny will tell you all about that when he joins us at halftime. 3rd down and inches for Gaffney. Ball inside the Somerville 42-yard line. Game clock in motion down to 1:10. Branchell up under center. Peeler slotted left in motion behind the formation, and now movement both sides just as a ball was snapped and penalty flags in, and everything blown dead. Now hopefully this is against Somerville.
That ball, illegal snap.
Oh, they're saying Gaffney had an illegal snap. I'm not sure if they're referring to Beatty. He started to snap the ball and stopped.
Can't do it. There was your illegal snap. Of course, speaking of state championships now, recognized by the South Carolina High School League, Somerville and Gaffney with 12 each. That's the most of, I believe, any football program in the state, though the Indians have one other state title. They give them 13, but that one not recognized by the High School League. 3rd down and 5 for the Tribe at the Somerville 46-yard line. Under 1 minute to play in the opening half. It's 10-7 Gaffney. Gaffney trailed 7-3, took the lead. 80-yard scoring strike. Bradshaw Littlejohn to Brandon Peeler. Bradshaw from the gun. The Gaffney quarterback gets the snap. 7 starts to get rushed. Rolls the pocket left. Now reversing the field back to his right. Right-hander looking. Now running back to the left. Hemmed in behind the 40. Bradshaw still on his feet. Right-hander heaves a pass deep down the left side. 2 wide receivers in the end zone. Jump ball, and it's intercepted in the end zone. And the touchback. Bradshaw tried to buy as much time as he could, but ended up having the pass intercepted in the end zone.
Ryan Stubbs for the Green Wave on the interception.
Well, 16th pick of the year for Somerville's defense, and now the Green Wave with 32 seconds remaining in the opening half. Will start from their 20-yard line. Each team, if the scoreboard is right, with 2 timeouts remaining. It is 10-7 Gaffney.
That is correct.
It's time for that Gaffney defense to come up big here. Swigert, the quarterback, and one of his wide receivers, Kendrell Felder, now checking into the football game. 3 coming in. And now up to the line of scrimmage. Gaffney with 4 down linemen. Wood and Smith, the ends. Anthony and Jeff Littlejohn, the interior parts. Swigert from the gun, 2 wide each side. 3 gets the snap. Here comes the rush from the outside. Swigert throws deep down the left side into coverage, deflected into secondary, and incomplete. It was nearly intercepted. Dennis, I think it was Logan 15 that had the primary coverage.
Good work for Logan there. And, of course, some of the Green Wave bench pointing to Logan wanting a pass interference call. They will not get it.
Now, a total of 4 turnovers in this football game, 2 each way. Only 1 score off those turnovers. Somerville returning a deflected pass, INT for a touchdown. Swigert, swing pass, left side to the fullback Smalls. Shoots out there like a bullet across the 25 to the 30, out across the 35, and traffic and tackled up near the 39-yard line with 13 seconds to go in the opening half. And now Somerville will call a timeout as the chains will move for the Green Wave. And we'll take the break. 12 seconds remaining in the opening half. Somerville the football, but it is a 10-7 Gaffney lead. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Your sports connection is Sage Sport on Floyd Baker Boulevard in Gaffney. Hurry in this week to find a super selection of Gaffney High School merchandise, including hats, sweatshirts.
Car wash is fast. A clean car in about 15 minutes. We don't use brushes, just naturally gentle chamois cloths. Washes start at $9.95. Or choose the value of the manager's special. Full wash, 2 coats of polish, 1 coat of sealer, underbody rust inhibitor, plus tire gloss and interior fragrance. All for only $16.95. The Tide Car Wash with the exclusive 24-hour rain guarantee. 1606 West Floyd Baker, next to the Gaffney Ledger.
Half of play with 12 seconds remaining in the opening half. Somerville the football. 1st and 10 for the Green Wave from their 39-yard line. It's a 10-7 Gaffney lead. Swigert the snap from the shotgun. The Green Wave quarterback looking to throw. Rifles a pass over the middle, and this is caught by Felder in Gaffney territory. Slants to the left side. He's to the 40, still on his feet to the 35, and gang tackled down to the 31-yard line, but they'll not. Whoa, they get the timeout called with 2/10 of a second remaining on the first half clock. Oh, man. Somerville gets the timeout called with 2/10 of a second remaining in the opening half. 1st and 10 at the Gaffney 31. But we'll take the break. This is Gaffney Indian football.
If you want a challenging and rewarding career with excellent benefits and pay, become part of the Magnolia team. Magnolia has full-time, immediate openings for operator positions. Apply now at Magnolia Finishing Plant, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're located at Highway number 5 at Interstate 85 in Blacksburg. Magnolia Finishing Plant is an equal opportunity employer.
It is third-ranked Gaffney 10, fourth-ranked Somerville 7. 0.2 of a second remaining in the opening half of play. Somerville first and 10 at the Gaffney 31-yard line. Green Wave with a pass completion, getting the timeout called. Teams to the line of scrimmage. Swigert gets the snap from the shotgun. First half game clock expires. Swigert buying time as he rolls the pocket right. Heaves a pass down the middle. It's deflected inside the 5-yard line and incomplete. And the opening half of play ends the way we saw it for the majority. High 7 Gaffney at the break. Let's go down to the sideline now, and Ron Owenby, who is with Gaffney head coach Joe Montgomery.
Thank you, Coach Montgomery. Your thoughts on the first half?
Good, hard-nosed football game. Both teams playing outstanding.
Well, they sure have. Any changes in the second half? Maybe a few adjustments here and there?
Well, we're gonna have a few adjustments here, but defense, I thought we played well. Just got to play it out, see how it goes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Coach Joe Montgomery, and a few adjustments here and there, sir.
Need money fast? BF Motor Credit offers small loans starting at $300. Fast, friendly service is guaranteed within 30 minutes. No appointments are needed. BF Motor Credit, located at 421 North Limestone Street, downtown Gaffney.
Buford Street True Value and Home Medical Equipment is open and ready to serve you. We offer a full line of hardware items to help you with all of your home fix-ups. We also offer a complete line of housewares, toys, and gifts for that special occasion. So come see us today at the new, bigger, and better Buford Street True Value, 101 North Grenard Street, Gaffney.
On all remaining 1999 models. We also have dependable pre-owned vehicles. Technicians are on hand to take care of any repairs your vehicle needs. Take advantage of 0% financing on select models. To better serve you, we are relocating to 730 Chesney Highway in Gaffney. Come see us and talk to one of our friendly salespeople today.
The Gaffney Indians football team. Delivery is available and free for hospitals and funeral homes. Rental for wedding equipment is also available. Daniel's Den of Flowers, serving Gaffney and Blacksburg. For quality and service is our motto. 313 North Limestone Street, downtown Gaffney.
Fabian, it has been a very interesting first half, and let's go over to you for a little recap of that first half action.
Well, what you saw in the opening half was two football teams that combined had spent, I think it was 8 or 9 weeks as a top-ranked team in the state of South Carolina. So this is the type of football game that you'd expect to see.
Magnolia Finishing Plant is an
down lineman for the Tribe. Swigert gets the snap, running out to behind the right side. Pitch back. Green's got the first down and more to the 30, and pushed out of bounds inside the Gaffney 25-yard line. Down to the 23.
Punched out by Gaffney's B.J. Dover.
Well, they needed 3 and picked up a bunch. So the Somerville offense on the move here. First series, third quarter. Line of scrimmage now about the Gaffney 23-yard line. Green Wave trying to forge a touchdown into the end zone down to our left here at the reservation. 7:36 remaining in the third quarter. Gaffney clinging to a 10-7 lead. Somerville taking a little bit extra time in that huddle. Now the visitors clad in the road white jerseys with the green pants up to the line of scrimmage. Wideouts to the right and left side. High set once again. Gaffney making the necessary defensive adjustments in the secondary. Swigert now checking off of the line of scrimmage. Now back under center with the 2 backs behind him in the eye. Gets the snap, hands it off to the fullback, but nothing doing there for Smalls as he's stuffed down at the 20-yard line. Pickup of maybe 3 yards, second down and 7.
Big Jeff Littlejohn in there for that tackle.
Well, Jeff and Dory combining in there on the stop. Dory, we mentioned, coming into this game, leading us in tackle points with 430 on the year, and Jeff, 72, 12 tackles for loss. Has 6 sacks over the last 4+ football games. Second down and 7 for the Green Wave at the Gaffney 19-yard line. First drive to third quarter by Somerville's consumed 5 minutes. Swigert from the gun, gets the snap, 3 looking to throw, under pressure, fires over the middle, diving reception inside the 5-yard line is made as they now signal a completion, first and goal. Greg Willis, 19, made the diving reception. And it is a first and goal for Somerville at the Gaffney 3-yard line. Well, time now for that defense to come up big here, not let Somerville get into the end zone. Green Wave this year, pretty much an even balance between rushing and passing scores. 33 rushing touchdowns to 29 through the airwaves. And Somerville going with the wishbone set. Swigert up under center, gets the snap, hands it off to the right halfback, running left. Smalls tripped up at the 2-yard line. And it brings up second down and goal.
Roy Dawkins.
All this action taking place at the end zone down to our left. Capacity crowd and then some on hand here at the reservation tonight. Well, the tight end West out of the football game. Bring Tony Franks, a wide receiver, back in. Franks lines up with a tight end from time to time. He'll line up as a tight end to the left side. Once again, the wishbone set, second and goal from the 2-yard line. Swigert up under center, hands it to the deep back. Green, nothing doing there as he tried to run the right side from the left halfback spot, and may have lost a half a yard back out near the 3-yard line, and it is third down and goal.
Jeff Littlejohn, Rich Bird, all of them in there.
Well, if we can hold them to a field goal here, that would be a huge moral victory. Third down and goal. They still say, according to the scoreboard, that the football's on the 2-yard line. And that's what we'll call it from. Third and goal for Somerville at the Gaffney 2. Crowd rises to its feet. Gaffney leading 10-7, but that lead in jeopardy. It's the wishbone set. Swigert up under center, 3 backs behind him in the bone. 3 gets the snap, playing action, looks to throw. He's under pressure, going to run the football, and he's sacked. We sack him back at the 7-yard line. It was a first and goal from the 3, and now it's fourth and goal from out near the 7.
Way to go.
So now...
Yeah, that was good work there from McIntosh.
Somerville to attempt a game-tying field goal. This is Ryan Bowers coming on. Down to the Gaffney sideline, and here's Ron Owenby.
Well, Franks to hold, Bowers to try the field goal. Waiting to snap the place. It's up. It's long enough. It's good. So with 4 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's all tied. The Indians 10 and the Green Wave 10. This is Gaffney Indian football.
McDonald's now hiring for a new store to open in mid-December. Starting pay up to $7 per hour according to availability. Flexible hours, insurance available, and discount meals and uniforms. Stop by McDonald's on Floyd Baker Boulevard for an application or interview held every Tuesday. Floyd Baker from 4 till 5.
One stance, linebackers come on a blitz. Bradshaw gets a snap, hands to Brandon Byers, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Well, that play was doomed from the start. They guessed right, came with a blitz and nothing doing.
Well, Bradshaw bobbled the ball, and I thought he had lost it for a moment, but he did gain control, managed to make the exchange, but to no good.
Well, 2nd down and 11. This game tonight certainly a different result than what Somerville had in its last trip here to the reservation when these teams met in the opening round of the 95 playoffs, I think it was. Gaffney winning that night 24-7. It's tied at 10 now. 2nd and 11, Gaffney from its 42. Bradshaw from the shotgun. Linebackers again showing blitz. Bradshaw gets a snap and they come. Bradshaw looking to throw, fires over the middle. Brandon Peeler makes the catch in traffic at the 49 of Gaffney and is tackled right there. Play picks up nearly 7 yards. 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, Quinn Tolbert, number 7, all over him, but good work by Brandon.
Tell you what, if Tolbert, 7, doesn't make contact there as Brandon makes the catch, Peeler might be off for another touchdown. So 3rd down and 4. This is a ball possession down for the Gaffney offense. Line of scrimmage, the Indians' 49-yard line. Ball spotted just at the top of the head of the Indian. Got 3 wides and a slot to the right. Brandon Byers, a wingback right side. Martin, the lone back behind Bradshaw on the 2-point stance. Peeler slotted left in motion to the formation. We hand it off to Brandon again, trying to turn the corner right side and stuffed back at the line of scrimmage. Well, it worked the first time, but didn't work here.
Martin Ballard in on the tackle for the Green Wave.
So 1 first down on this drive, and then Gaffney's going to have to punt. So time now to play a little bit of field position as Rob Heim comes on unofficially for his 3rd punt of the evening. Twin safeties going back deep for Somerville, Jamal Milford and Greg Willis. Milford lined up on the left or near side. Line of scrimmage at Gaffney 49. Game clock in motion down to 1:30 remaining in what has been a rapidly moving 3rd quarter of play. Far cry from what we saw last week. Rob Heim awaiting the snap. We've short half the previous 2 to him. 22 gets the snap, and Somerville going to set up the return. And it's not a particularly good effort from Rob as it hits at the Green Wave 25, rolls inside the 20, and is actually going to be down near the Somerville 16-yard line. So Rob gets a kind bounce. And Somerville will scrimmage from there at 16-yard line. 68 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. We're tied at 10.
Oh, a fast-moving 3rd quarter indeed compared to last week.
Yeah, well over an hour to play the 3rd quarter of that football game. Well, Somerville first possession breezed its way down the field. Had a 1st and goal down at the 3-yard line, but ended up having to settle for what was a 24-yard field goal from Ryan Bowers to tie this game up. So see if that Gaffney defense can come up with a big play here. Somerville breaks the huddle. Fans out at the line of scrimmage. I formation. Smalls the up back. Green the deep back. Wides each side. Swigert gets the snap. Hands it off to Greens. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage in the backfield.
Pass work by Anthony Littlejohn.
Yeah, 56 coming into this game with 18 tackles for loss. Last week against Lower Richland, a pair of tackles for loss and a sack. It's a loss of 3 yards. 2nd and 13 for the Green Wave. Under 47 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. This game is tied at 10. Only scoring here in the 3rd quarter, if you're just tuning in, Ryan Bowers, a 24-yard field goal for Somerville. That on the Green Wave, first possession. They'll send wide receivers to each side. Going to operate out of a split back set now. Green on the right side. Or Smalls on the right side. Check that, and now Swigert will drift into the shotgun. 3 motioning on his helmet as he audibles. Gets the snap. Here comes the rush from the backside. 3 having to roll the pocket right. Billy Smith trying to pursue. He misses. Swigert throws up the field, and the reception is it made. Still no indication, and yes, the reception made up at the 28-yard line by Greg Willis. Wow, you talk about taking the steam and the air out of a defense there. Ooh. We chased Swigert all over the place, and he's still able to deliver the football up the field. On what more than likely is the final play of the 3rd quarter. Clock down to 2-1, and that's it. 3 quarters of play in the books in this quarterfinal Big 16 playoff matchup. We're headed to the 4th. Gaffney 10 and Somerville 10. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Don't know which way to turn? Turn to First Piedmont. In Gaffney, 3 locations to serve you. Spartanburg, 2 locations. Our prime interest is you. Absolutely free checking. Remember, First Piedmont can help.
We got you a matching set!
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
We're still riding on Michelin tires because our daddy loves us.
It's Gaffney, 10, and Somerville, 10. The Green Wave with the football. 1st and 10, Somerville working from its 28-yard line. Wide receivers to each side. Once again, the eye set with Smalls, the fullback, and Green, the deep back. Now they'll shift and split. In fact, the quarterback Swigert from the gun. Once again, motioning up to his helmet as he switches. 3 gets a snap, looking right, fires up the field, and this caught at the 35, up to the 40, to the 50, still on his feet to the 40. Breakaway speed in the Gaffney territory of 35, down to the 30, 25, and out of bounds at the Gaffney 18-yard line. Remaining in regulation. Somerville does not have an offensive touchdown in this football game. And this is a team that's averaging 42 points per game. But it's tied at 10. Line of scrimmage now the Gaffney 17-yard line. Willis lines up as a wide receiver out to the left side. They'll send Felder to the right. Smalls and Green in the I formation. Now the quarterback Swigert tells something to his fullback. And now 3 is going to have to call a timeout, and we'll take the break as well. Somerville on the move at the Gaffney 17 with a first down. We're tied at 10, 11:46 to play. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Carolina Vision Associates in the Peachtree Marketplace in Gaffney is your complete eyeglass headquarters. They can tint your glasses, make glasses from an old pair. They carry in-stock contact lenses, and you can always bring in your doctor's prescription or make an appointment to see a doctor in their store by calling 489-2016. So for fast service at reasonable prices on optical services for the entire family, visit Carolina Vision Associates. In the Peachtree Marketplace in Gaffney, you're complete.
At First Piedmont Federal, we believe in you having fun.
To me, this is fun. To them, I'm worth a loan.
And we believe in helping you get ahead.
They pre-approved my loan before I started shopping.
With a quick response, usually within a day.
We've gotten our loans from them for years.
They know us and can tailor a payment plan that fits our needs.
First Piedmont Federal, where our prime interest is you.
Line of scrimmage and ready to knock heads. Felder, a wide receiver, out to the left side, and Willis to the right. Smalls and Green in the eye. Tight end West to the left side. 4 down linemen for Gaffney. Swigert again will drift into that shotgun as the backs will split to each side. 3 once again checking off and gets the snap. Gaffney coming with a linebacker blitz. Somerville momentarily picked it up. Swigert having to run for his life and tackled back near the 20-yard line. Officially going to books as a sack maybe of 2 yards now to the 19.
Anthony Littlejohn made that one.
Well, check that, 2nd down and 12. Gaffney has never lost a Big 16 playoff game in the Coach Joe Montgomery era. The Indians are 13-0 at home here in the playoffs under Coach Joe. And all 3 of Somerville's wins in this series coming in the Big 16 state championship games. Frank, Snell, a wide receiver out to the left side. Good size. West, the tight end, out to the left as well. And Willis to the right. Smalls and Green in the eye. Swigert up under center. 2nd down and 12. 3 gets the snap. Pitch back right side. Green trying to turn the corner and tripped up down at about the 15-yard line. So he picks up 4. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Good work there from Gaffney's Terrence Dukes.
And once again, the lone touchdown for Somerville tonight, coming off a deflection on an interception. Richie Richardson, the defensive end, taking it in 21 yards for the touchdown. Game tied at 10. Game clock in motion, down to 10:33. Each team 11-1. The winner moves on next week to face the survivor between top-seeded Lexington and top-seeded Stratford and 4th-seeded Lexington. Crowd comes to its feet. 3rd and 7. Somerville at the Gaffney 15. Ball spotted right on near side. Hash mark I set. Double tight ends. Swigert gets the snap. They're on the bootleg. Going to roll it out to the left side. Has some room to run. Now he stops. Now he's backpedaling. He's to the 15. He breaks a tackle. Lunges to the 1st down marker. I think they're going to say he's out of bounds shy of it. Inside the 10.
Yes.
So now decision time for John McKissick and company. 4th down and short. Still waiting to see where they spot the football. The down marker has yet to go down over there on that Somerville side of the field. Let's see what we've got. 4th down and a long 2 yards. Ryan Bowers, the place kicker. I thought it hit it out onto the field, and now number 4 comes on. He is 1 for 2 in the field goal department in this game. Recently kicked a 24-yarder to tie this game at 10. This one comes from 26 yards out, far side left hash mark, and for the call, here's Ron.
Tony Franks to hold. Ryan Bowers to kick, waiting the snap. The snap, the place, it's up. Let's see, has he got the distance? Yes, just barely over the goal post. With 9:58 remaining in the fourth quarter, it's the Green Wave of Somerville 13, the Gaffney Indians 10. This is Gaffney Indian football.
For custom framing and art, be sure to see the Frame Depot in the Bilo Shopping Center, Gaffney. The Frame Depot is Cherokee County's exclusive dealer for limited edition Civil War prints by nationally known artist Mort Kunstler and America's most respected military artist, Don Troiani. Arriving next week at the Frame Depot, it's Don Troiani's latest print, The First Battle Flags. That's right, exclusively at the Frame Depot in Cherokee County, you'll find the First Battle Flags from Don Troiani, premiering next week. The Frame Depot, 1107 West Floyd Baker Boulevard, in the Bilo Shopping Center, Gaffney, your exclusive dealer for Civil War art.
Now back at the reservation as Somerville claims the lead for the second time in this game. Ryan Bowers, a 26-yard field goal. It's 13-10 Green Wave. Somerville kickoff brought to you by Ronnie Burns Ford and Western Star Trucks, Highway 221 in Chesney. That's where you'll find the Ford Explorers. Driving kick down the field, taken a yard deep into the end zone by Gaffney's Brandon Peeler. So this out to the 20-yard line on the automatic touchback. 13-10 Somerville. Scoring update brought to you by Sagebrush Steakhouse, 1541 Floyd Baker Boulevard in Gaffney. Sagebrush, home of the baby back ribs and the best steaks in town. All right, time now for this Gaffney offense to get clicking here. Gaffney with, one possession in the third quarter of play. So 1st and 10. In fact, the defensive end, or tackle Reggie Williams for Somerville, now lining up as an end. A little bit of jawing, and Fred Littlejohn in the game at quarterback. Took one snap in the first half. Junior under center, gets a snap, straight drop from number 1. He's going to heave a pass deep down the right side into double coverage and incomplete. Brandon Peeler, the intended receiver, but he had 3 white jerseys right there with him as he tried to make the catch inside the Green Wave 45.
Well, he sure did, Fabian. He had Quinn Tolbert, number 7, and then he had 23 and 24, Jamal Milford and Ryan Stubbs, respectively.
Well, Milford was 7 interceptions on the season. I'll tell you what, you take a look at this Somerville football team. They've got a touchdown from the defense and 2 field goals and lead this thing 13-10. Bradshaw Littlejohn, a wide receiver out to the right side. 18 catches on the year. We shift back into the eye. Byers and Martin, 2 wide receivers to the left. Fred up under center, gets the snap, hands, or play action, looks to throw. Watch out, Fred, pressured backside, throws over the middle, caught by Brandon Peeler. 13 tackled over the 31-yard line, which is a Gaffney first down.
And a tackle made there by Quinn Tolbert. We talked about him earlier.
Well, time now for this crowd to get into the game and support this Gaffney offense. Have a sustained drive here, get a score, or get that defensive respite on the side here. 1st and 10 for Gaffney. Indians working from just outside their 30-yard line. Gaffney working right to left here in the fourth quarter of play with 9:25 to go. The Tribe down by 3. 4 wides for the Tribe, 2 to each side. Fred Littlejohn from the gun. Linebackers showing blitz, and now a penalty flag coming in. As Somerville showing blitz, and maybe Gaffney, somebody on that offensive line, flinched.
Well, pointing toward...
We had a false start on the offense.
Yeah, 5 yards marched off against the Tribe, and unofficially, the 4th penalty in this game combined tonight, the 3rd for Gaffney. Somerville unofficially for 1, 5 yards back in the first half. So 1st and 15 now for the Tribe from their 25-yard line.
What a change from last week. I still have room on the paper.
Well, Gaffney once again spreads it, 2 wides each side. Ball spotted left hash mark. Fred Littlejohn, the Gaffney quarterback from the shotgun. He's completed 45% of his passes this year. 2 linebackers showing blitz. Fred gets a snap as Somerville comes with a blitz. Fred under pressure and sacked. It was a Shrine Bowler that got him, I think, back at about the 18-yard line.
Preston Thorne.
Well, you can't find anybody when they get in the backfield that quick, and things are heading the wrong direction here. Whoa, 3rd down. Or check that, 2nd down. And a ton for Gaffney to go. 2nd down and nearly 1/4 of the football field for the Tribe to go. Got to get the ball out across the 40-yard line to keep things going here. And we've got 2 plays here to do it. Fred from the shotgun. Had a game against Dorman this year, 6 of 13, 208 yards and 2 touchdowns. One awaits the snap. Gets it. Here comes the rush again. Fred under pressure, steps up, running the football, breaks a tackle over the 25 to the 30, angling near side, and is hit out of bounds over the 32-yard line, leaving Gaffney in a 3rd down and 8. Some of the Gaffney crowd, and I agree, wanting a late hit spearing call on, I think it was Ryan Stubbs, 24, coming up from a safety position. But we don't get it. So a ball possession down for the Tribe. The Indians pick up nearly 15 yards on that one. 3rd down and 7 or 8 yards for Gaffney. Line of scrimmage, our 33-yard line. Have to get the ball out across the 40. Gaffney trailing 13-10. 7:40 remaining in regulation. Fred getting up under a center with an offset eye. The fullback Byers offset to the left. 3 wides, 2 to the right. Fred gets the snap. Play action. 1 looking to throw. Rolls the pocket right. Under pressure backside. Fires up the field. Brandon Peeler reaches behind. He makes the catch on a knee at the Somerville 48-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 for Gaffney. What a catch by 13, as it was thrown a little bit behind him, but he reached back a right hip, and 13 made the catch, and Gaffney in Somerville territory at the Green Wave 48.
Well, he sort of looked back at the defenders in the Green Wave and said, okay, see, I got it.
Oh, what a football game this has been. Gaffney down by 3. Game clock in motion, down to 7:15. 1st and 10 at the Green Wave 48-I formation. 3 wide, slot left to the wide side. Fred gets the snap, hands off on a draw play to Bryan. Go, Bryan. He's across the line of scrimmage, but then quickly brought down at the 46 for a pickup of about 2 yards.
Yeah, here again by Preston Thorne, number 59.
Well, it's been a field day for Thorne, or for, make sure we get his name right here. Preston Thorne, 6'1", 260-pound senior. Grew up in New York, and his dad decided to move the family to Somerville for a better environment. He has certainly thrived. 2nd down and 7 for Gaffney. Line of scrimmage. The Green Wave 46. I set 3 wide, slot left. Fred gets the snap. Play action, looking to throw, watch out. Dump pass left side, caught by Brandon Byers. He's to the 40, to the Somerville 35, and Brandon's got the 1st down to the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of, 14 yards, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Tribe.
Richie Richardson, number 27, on the tackle for the Green Wave, but not before that big 1st down for the Indians.
And that's a play right there where Fred knew that he was going to get crushed, but he had to allow the screen to develop, and Gaffney ran it to the nearer left side. So Gaffney has advanced the football down to the Somerville 32-yard line. Ball spotted near side hash mark. Game clock in motion and down to 6:07. The defending Big 16 state champions leading Gaffney 13-10. Bradshaw Littlejohn. Now a tight end to the right side. 4 wides. Fred gets a snap, straight drop, looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Fred steps up, has some room to run. He's to the 30. He's to the 25. Angling to the near side and tackled down at the 23-yard line. Fred picks up over 9 yards.
Fred making the best of a bad situation there.
Well, one thing that we had talked about the week leading up to the 1st round game last week against Lower Richland was that Coach Montgomery wanted to see his quarterbacks run the football on a more frequent basis. If they were dropping back the pass and they had a lane to run the football, that's something he wanted to see his quarterbacks do. And we saw Fred Littlejohn do it just there. So 2nd down and 1 for Gaffney. Line of scrimmage of Somerville 23, near side or left hash mark. I formation, 3 wides, 2 to the right side, though Bradshaw slotted close to the line of scrimmage. Fred Littlejohn up under center. 2 backs behind him. Gets a snap, hands it off to the fullback, Brandon Byers. He gets a bone, and he's got the 1st down as he worked over the left side and drives down to the 21-yard line. What a series this has been. 5:07 remaining in regulation. Previous 2 matchups coming down to the final series. 2 years ago at Somerville, the Green Wave scoring a touchdown with 6 seconds to go. The pull to within 28-27, went for the 2 points, incomplete pass. Last year, Gaffney driving late as time expired, coming up short of the goal line. And here with under 5 minutes to go, Gaffney 1st and 10 at the Somerville 20. Now we're going to check off the line of scrimmage I formation. Fred gets the snap, hands it off to the fullback, Brandon Byers. He hurdles over a white jersey to the 10, he's to the 5, and pushes down to the 4-yard line. And that brings the home side crowd up to its feet. It is a 1st and goal for the guys dressed in the Vegas gold and black.
Well, he pulled number 5, DeWitt Myers, with him. Also, Ryan Stubbs, number 24, trying his best to stop him, but he just couldn't do it.
First and goal from the 4-yard line. Gaffney trailing by 3. This at the end zone down to our left. Guys in the trenches getting in their stances and ready to knock heads. I formation. 3 wides, 2 to the right side. Bradshaw slotted but close to the line of scrimmage. Could also almost consider him a tight end. Fred calling out the play at the line of scrimmage. Now up under center on the left side of our offensive line, jumps across. Wow, whatever it was, penalty markers on the turf. Gaffney to be penalized here. Huffstetler and Gilbert. Guilty party over there on the left side of that Gaffney offensive line. Huffstetler last week grading out the highest of our offensive linemen, did number 60 at 80%. Game in which Gaffney rushed for 230 yards minus its top 2 rushers. So first and goal from now out at the 9-yard line, under 4 minutes to go. Gaffney trailing 13-10. We go with a staggered eye. Brandon Byers, a fullback, offset to the right of Brian Martin, a deep back. Wide outs to each side, tight end to the right. Fred gets a snap, turns hands to Brian, going to bounce it wide right, but tripped up after a gain of maybe a yard to the 8-yard line if they give him that.
Yeah, Richie Richardson in there on the tackle.
Well, Gaffney with 8 field goals this season. Rob Heim, 1 for 1 in this game from 43 yards out, coming on Gaffney's first possession. Only scoring here in the second half for Somerville, Ryan Bauer. A 24 and 26-yard field goal. Under 3:20 to play. Second and goal from inside the 9 for Gaffney. The Indians with 4 wides and trips to the right side. Martin the lone back. Fred up under center, gets a snap. To Junior, rolling the pocket right. He's under pressure. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet, rolling to the right side, directing traffic, fires into the end zone, diving catch, touchdown! Touchdown, Gaffney! Brandon Peeler makes his second touchdown reception of the game and his 13th of the season. And how about a play by Fred Littlejohn? Somerville player had Fred by the shirt tail, but one not going down. He rolled the pocket to the far right side, and Brandon Peeler made a sliding catch in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. And the Indians reclaim the lead 16-13 for the point after. Here's Ron.
Bradshaw Littlejohn to hold. Rob Heim to try the extra point to snap the place. It's up. There's flags. It's straight through the upright, but there's flags.
Well, we can tell you a scoring update brought to you by Sagebrush Steakhouse, 1541 Floyd Becker Boulevard in Gaffney, while Ron tries to sort through everything on the field. Sagebrush, home of the baby back ribs and the best steaks in town. Referee Sam Owens. Illegal participation, illegal substitution, a call against Somerville.
Want the penalty or not? You got to give me something, son.
Well, they're saying the penalty is declined. Ron?
Yes. They declined the penalty. The kick was good. Now, let's see.
Well, Gaffney going to try it again, and Somerville's still trying to get guys. I'm not quite sure I understand this one, but Ron, take it away.
Okay, Littlejohn to hold again. Rob Heim to try the point after. Waiting the snap to place the kick. It's up. It's good. The football game. Gaffney 17 and Somerville 13. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Hey, want to know a secret?
Yeah, what's that?
Buford Street True Value has one of the best Christmas and gift shops in the upstate.
They do?
Yes, that's right. They have beautiful trees, top-quality lights, decorations, handmade bows, and so much more.
Well, how about their prices and service?
They have the best prices and service around. They even wrap up all those gifts you buy for free. Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to Buford Street True Value in Gaffney before anyone finds out.
Open Sundays now, 2 to 5.
Reservation. 3:02 remaining in regulation. Gaffney has reclaimed the lead. It is 17-13 Indians. 3:02 remaining in regulation as the Gaffney offense just drove 80 yards under the direction of the junior quarterback Fred Littlejohn. This Gaffney kickoff brought to you by Ronnie Burns Ford and Western Star Trucks on Highway 221 in Chesney. That's where you'll find the Ford Crown Victorias. Gaffney's Rob Heim puts foot to leather. A high end-over-end kick. This is taken inside the 10, out across the 15. Make the tackle, guys, at the 20, into traffic, and the tackle made up near the 26-yard line. 2 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in regulation.
Roger Logan made the tackle, and now he wants the crowd below us to get into this game. 2:55 remaining. You folks with headsets on out there, you got to be some cheerleaders.
Looks like for the third consecutive time in this series, this game will go down to the final series, and final series of plays, and Gaffney's defense calls a timeout, and we'll take the break as well. 17-13 Tribes, Somerville the ball, 2:55 to play. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Wallace White Pontiac Buick GMC truck is now open in their new location on Highway 11 in Gaffney. Just take exit 92 off.
When you think about your bank, you probably don't think relationship. I mean, you can't exactly cuddle up with your checkbook at night. But you can get a little special treatment with this. Better rates on loans and CDs, free checks. It doesn't nickel and dime you with fees. Okay, it's not exactly like marriage. But then again, what is?
Regulation alongside Dennis Fowler. Ron Holmby's down on the field. This is Fabian Fuentes. It is 17-13 Gaffney over Somerville. First down and 10 Somerville from its 27-yard line. Swigert, the quarterback from the shotgun, gets the snap. Gaffney rushing for. Swigert fires left side. This caught up at the 37-yard line. The tackle made immediately. Greg Willis. He's been the knife in our heart in the second half of this game. Pickup of 9 yards, but a penalty flag tossed on the turf.
On the flag. Okay.
Well, we know it's on the defense as we've got the mic of Sam Owens open. Wow.
We got holding on the defense. Here, first down.
So a first down here for Somerville. Keep in mind the Green Wave has not scored a touchdown offensively in this football game. The only TD scored by Somerville off the interception by Richie Richardson back in the opening quarter. So first and 10 for Somerville out of the 36-yard line. Green Wave working left to right here in the fourth quarter of play. Well, now they march off the penalty. It was Somerville that beat Gaffney in the state championship game last year, 31-23 to dethrone Gaffney and spoil the Indians. Chance at a repeat. Gaffney trying to gain revenge here tonight, and now the defense has to take another timeout, and we'll take it with them. 17-13 Gaffney with 2:39 to play. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Perry's Tire Service would like to express their appreciation to all of their cherished customers for their loyalty to Perry's Tire over the years. We have been able to provide services such as brakes, shocks, struts, CV axles, front end alignments, plus...
Interception, and he returns it 53 yards for a touchdown.
And we don't see any flags.
It is 23-13 Gaffney. What's that? The second interception of the night for this Gaffney defense, the 40th of the season, and it is our 8th defensive touchdown of the season. It is 23-13 Gaffney with 2:11 remaining in regulation. And we'll let you know that this scoring update brought to you by Sagebrush Steakhouse, 1541 Floyd Baker Boulevard in Gaffney. Sagebrush, home of the baby back ribs and the best steaks in town. Down to the sideline for the call, the extra point. Here's Ron.
Bradshaw Littlejohn to hold. Rob Heim to kick. The place, the kick, it's up. It's good. 2 minutes. 11. Wait a minute, there's a flag. Wait a minute. 2:11 remaining in the ball game.
Well, we got another flag on the point after attempt here, but let's check it out. 2:11 to go. Summit 99 with the officiating crew continuing and went to the card there. Now, let's see. Referee Sam Owens going to sort it out. Personal foul against Somerville, and it's good. So the PAT good, and we'll let you know the Somerville crowd starting to make its way out to their vehicles to make the drive back. 2:11 to go. 24-13 Gaffney. This is Gaffney Indian football.
Here's another winning combination from Childers Heating and Air Conditioning, your local Bryant dealer in Gaffney. Just install a new high-efficiency Signature Series unit in your home and enjoy year-round comfort. Whether you're building a new home or thinking about replacing that old unit, call Childers Heating and Air Conditioning and Bryant to the rescue. With a 10-year compressor warranty and a 5-year parts and labor warranty, these units are guaranteed to reduce your power bills. Call Johnny Childers at 489-4416 for a free estimate. That's Childers Heating and Air Conditioning, your local Bryant dealer in Gaffney. Happy holidays from everyone at Childers Heating and Air Conditioning in Gaffney.
It's a festive environment at the reservation right now with 2:11 to go. Gaffney that close to dethroning the reigning South Carolina Big 16 state champions as the Indians lead 24-13, and because of the personal foul, Gaffney kicks off from the Green Wave 45-yard line. This a spiral kick down the left side of the field and into the end zone for a touchback. Not one of the prettier kicks you're going to see from Rob Heim, but it is a touchback. Brandon Peeler officially now a 57-yard interception return for the touchdown. It is the 8th touchdown scored by the Gaffney defense this year, and that's 3 touchdowns for Brandon tonight. Has a pair of touchdown receptions, and there he intercepts the pass. And you know, Ben Swigert, we mentioned a Somerville quarterback had only been intercepted 4 times in over 160 pass attempts coming into this game. And the Gaffney defense has come up big here. 2 wide receivers each side, 1st and 10. Swigert from the shotgun. Gaffney with 4 down linemen, 3 looking to throw. We stunt and we flush Swigert out of the pocket to the near side, looking to throw up the field. Gets a block. He's to the 25, running the football at 35 near side, out of bounds up near the 40-yard line. So Swigert picks up 20 yards. You got to credit the block up the field that time by the wide receiver, Tony Franks. Going back to the studio now, maybe trying to get some scoring updates. Scores. Let's go back to studio control quickly. Here's Ernie.
Well, thank you very much, Fabian Fuentes. In the 4th quarter, it's Norman over Rock Hill by a score of 20-6 with 2 minutes, 37 seconds left in the game. It's Spartanburg 14 and Richland Northeast 7. We're trying to make contact right now with the Lexington-Stratford game. The last score we had there was one you had, was Lexington 21, Stratford 17. We're working on an update on that one right now. Back now to the reservation.
All right, thanks, Ernie. Here with 1:59 to go. It's 24-13 Gaffney, and as we were given those scores, we had illegal procedure called against the Somerville offensive line. Well, John McKissick, his 48th year at Somerville High School, and this will be just the 107th loss of his career, and once again penalty flags coming in, blowing the play dead. But for Coach Joe Montgomery and company, false start here against Somerville. We mentioned that Coach Montgomery 13-0 here at the reservation in Big 16 playoff games, and he's 1:58 away from, well, making that 14. This has been one heck of a football game here this evening. So 1st and 20, Somerville from its 30. Swigert to snap from the shotgun. Fires this one over the middle. Pass caught, but the tackle made immediately up near the 40-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. Kendrell Felder on the reception.
And guess who? Rocky McIntosh in there.
But you know what the whole key to this football game was? Somerville's first possession, when they had the football for nearly 7.5 minutes, and advanced the ball 1st and goal at the Gaffney 3-yard line, and then faced a 4th and goal from the 7 and had to settle for the 26-yard field goal. We'll take a break. It's 24-13 Tribe with 98 seconds to play. This is Gaffney Indian football.
The gigantic $1 million furniture sell-off is in full swing at Brown Furniture Company in downtown Gaffney. Hurry in this weekend and save hundreds, maybe even...
Need money fast? BF Motor Credit offers small loans starting at $300. Fast, friendly service is guaranteed within 30 minutes. No appointments are needed. BF Motor Credit, located at 421 North Limestone Street, downtown Gaffney.
Final score here, Stratford 38, Lexington 21. Once again, Stratford 38 and Lexington 21.
Baskin-Robbins says, what?
Left as he was under pressure and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage back at the 37. So Gaffney will have to go on the road next week and play at top-seeded Stratford as the Knights knock off Lexington tonight by a final score 38-21, I believe was the final. Is that right?
That is correct.
Well, Swigert gets the snap. Somerville quarterback looking to throw. Hit as he throws right and underthrows the pass because he was hit. And fourth down coming up here for the Green Wave. So Gaffney will head down to Stratford 1 week from tonight in the Big 16 state semifinals, or the lower state championship bracket, if you will, whichever you
Buford Street True Value and Home Medical Equipment is open and ready to serve you. We offer a full line of hardware items to help you with all of your home fix-ups. We also offer a complete line of housewares, toys, and gifts for that special occasion. So come see us today at the new bigger and better Buford Street True Value, 101 North Grenard Street, Gaffney.
During Closeout 99. Save thousands of dollars on all remaining 1999 models. We also have dependable pre-owned vehicles. Technicians are on hand to take care of any repairs your vehicle needs. Take advantage of 0% financing on select models. To better Chestney Highway in Gaffney. Come see us and talk to one of our friendly salespeople today.
Daniel's Den of Flowers is proud to sponsor the Gaffney Indians football team. Delivery is available and free for hospitals and funeral homes. Rental for wedding equipment is also available. Daniel's Den of Flowers, serving Gaffney and Blacksburg. For quality and service is our motto. 313 North Limestone Street, downtown Gaffney.
We'll be be talking to Coach Joe Montgomery in just a few moments. A very jubilant Coach Montgomery, I'm sure. 24-13, if you're just tuning in along the way, as the Indians dethrone the state champions from 1998. And, of course, that the Somerville Green Wave. Coach Montgomery meeting right on top of the Indian head right now for the post-game prayer with all of his players, coaches, and staff, along with the cheerleaders. A lot of the fans gathered around out there to hear that.
This was just a well-played football game tonight. The Gaffney offense, Dennis, got it done when it needed to. Sputtered in the second half, did not have a whole lot of opportunities in the second half. And Fred Littlejohn came in at quarterback and wished our offense down the field 80 yards and connected with Brandon Peeler on the 9-yard touchdown on 2nd and goal. That was even a play there where Fred had to scramble and break a tackle and rolled to the Somerville sideline and found Brandon in the end zone, who made a sliding reception. And then Brandon Peeler, playing in the secondary, came away with a pick and returned it 57 yards for a score. So now the Gaffney team breaks up its huddle. And let's go down to the field now. Ron Owenby, who's looking for Gaffney head coach Joe Montgomery.
We got him. We got him. Congratulations, Coach Montgomery. A great victory here. What about the game? How about it?
Well, it was a great football game. I don't know what more you could ask for. I mean, we had a big drive there at the end, and then we made the pass interception. 2 plays were pretty much the second half. But our kids played a good football game. They played a great game also. We just happened to come out with a few more points.
You've got Stratford there.
Look forward to going there. We hadn't played down there, and they've been up here a couple times, and I understand they have an outstanding football team. So, they beat Somerville also. So, it'd be a big test for our football team.
Your defense played a whale of a game holding Somerville. I don't think they had actually had a score on you, a running score.
We scored a lot of points in the first half. We scored theirs and ours, so but that's part of the game. But I tell you, it was a great football game. I think the kids on both sides gave a great effort. I think the fans got every nickel that they ever thought about paying for this game, and it was a great football game. They're a class program. I'm going to tell you, John McKissick and his staff do a great job, and it was a class football game.
48 years there, you had the stands full here, and they really got behind you.
Well, that was outstanding. We need them in Stratford next week. We got to turn Stratford into the reservation down at the beach. So, make your plans. Let's get to it. That's big. Our fans are so big behind us, and really gets our kids pumped up. And I'll tell you, too, Ron, our kids on the sideline never doubted they were going to win that football game. Never.
I got that feeling.
Just wanted to get their chance and